When I was 17 years old, I was on top of the world. I had just landed a role in a play with Kim Fields from Facts of Life and Ted Lange from The Love Boat. The world was mine. And then one day after rehearsal, my director, who was also one of my mentors, pulled me to the side and he asked me a question. Tanisha, you ever heard of this actress named so and so? I was so puzzled because I knew every actor and actress in Hollywood, but I just could not recall who this person was. You know why you don't know who she is, Tanisha? Because she ate herself out of the business. You are fat. No matter how talented you are, you will never make it in this industry. You will always be the funny, fat sidekick. Hearing those words was like a tire deflating a dream that I had been holding since I was 8 years old and did my first stage play as Annie. I was hurt. So when I graduated high school, instead of going into the summer program, the theater program that I always went to, I decided to give it a break. I'm going to spend my summer in Chicago before I go off to college. A week into my vacation, I get a call from another one of my mentors. Girl, you better get back on a plane and get to Detroit. They are filming an Oliver Stone movie and they need actors. Get here pronto. I was surprised that I wasn't even really excited like I used to be. But nevertheless, this was a respected mentor. So I went home, I auditioned, and I got the part. And I can recall going to meet the costume designer. And when I walked in, she looked at me and said, "You're not fat." Thank you. She's like, your character's the fat girl, and I have all these clothes, and we don't have anything for you. The whole time I auditioned, none of the sides, none of the scripts described my character as a fat girl. But when I stood on set, all of the actresses were a size 0 and a 2, and I was a size 12. So I completed the movie. I went off to college, and then a year later, the movie came out into the theaters. And Hollywood called me. They wanted to represent me, but I turned them down because I just didn't feel it anymore. That conversation just took the taste, the desire out of my mouth. And then life happened. I became a parent, I had to work jobs, I had responsibilities. So acting went on the back burner. But that conversation that was had when I was 17, that didn't go anywhere. It planted a seed of doubt inside of me. Doubt that I was pretty enough, that I was smart enough, that I was enough, period. And I carried that for a lot of years until I hit my 40s. And that's when I decided that I was going to claim my life back, take it back. I really craved creativity. I craved that part of my life that was missing. But I didn't have time to audition for plays and audition for films. So I needed to find another outlet. So I channeled it in my businesses. I started creating events around body positivity, around helping women over 40 realize that it is not too late to change your life. The world is yours, like Nas says. Speaking of the 90s, there was a word called fat, Phat. And if you came from the 90s, you right remember that meant pretty, hot, and tempted. But it also meant confident and claiming who you are. And so I realized that I adopted the fat, F-A-T, and adopted the P-H-A-T. I really did, when I was 17, think the world was mine. But it wasn't until I picked up a pen and started rewriting my own story that I was able to really reclaim that phrase. The world is mine. Thank you.